114 consumers. What in the world, guys? What did we do? We broke it. We have 114 consumers. How? Wait, what did we do? Welcome back to the channel, everybody. So this is going to be part 2 of our .NET RabbitMQ Dynamic Scaling project. So where we left this off was we were in part 1 attempting to make an HTTP client call to my RabbitMQ server to get the message count of this engine data queue. And so what I did behind the scenes, otherwise the video would be too long, I pulled up Postman and I tested my URL, and I needed to add a couple headers. So I need to add the host and user agent, as well as the authorization header for basic auth. So that is encoded as the username and password. Oh, I guess I did put the fully qualified URI as the base address here, but that's okay because just for the sake of the video, we're going to leave it here. So let me go back to my results, and I'm just going to run this and show you all the proper message count. So let's go ahead and run this guy, and let's get this up. Let me move this so you can see all of it. And again, this is going to hit my send auto scale notification method. I'm going to go into that. We're now going to make my HTTP request to my RabbitMQ server. And you can see I get my message count of 59, which is that number right there. So if I go to, let's see here, if I continue, well, actually, let me look at what so remember, this is the model that we pasted as a JSON object. Oh, the other thing I was going to say, I did have to modify the types of some of these properties because I was getting a deserialization error. And I actually just changed some of them to objects just to make it easy. The messages is really the only one that I'm going to be concerned about for this auto scaling video. But you can see all the stuff that we get, which is really like very powerful. Even like the node it's on. Oh, you can see policy too. Policies, I have to make a video about policies. Policies is something that is really powerful in RabbitMQ, especially if you're standing up a lot of queues or exchanges. And okay, so type classic queue, single active. Okay, cool. We get a full readout of a lot of stuff. That's really, really nice. So I mean, honestly, we can make a ton of just side videos about all of the stuff you can do with this information that you have. But to keep it simple, so we have our message count. I'm going to go ahead and continue that. I don't actually know if let me go back to my background service. Remember, I have a delay on this, so it's going to hit that in 5 seconds again. Or it should, unless I have it. Oh. Huh. Yeah. What am I doing? We just found a bug. So I need to wrap this in some kind of loop, which I am going to tie it to my cancellation token, which I think I have set up already, hopefully. Stopping token. Okay, while stopping token is cancellation requested. I'm going to just invert that so it's not. Okay. All right, so I need to set this in a loop. I was like, wait, why is it only consuming once? Okay. All right, so this is going to spin off in its own thread, and I'm going to delay that, and we did this in the previous video, but now it's in a loop based on the cancellation token being requested. So if it's not canceled, let's keep doing it. That should be what we need. What queue is this? Exchange queue declare. What queue is this again? Are we using engine data? Okay, engine data. scaling, basic consume. Auto acknowledgement is set to true. I wonder. Let me look at something here. Basic consume. Okay. Receive async. Is that 10,000? All right, let me. Oh, did it stop? Okay. I'm going to run this again and just check my loop here. All right, so it's going to hit my 5-second delay. I'm actually going to go ahead and continue this here. I'm trying to see. Okay, right. That's my loop is good now. So I'm just going to let that actually play out. But what I'm curious about is I don't see. Do I have it? I have no consumers registered to this. Hold on a second. I should have one consumer. Wait, what am I consuming from? Wait, hold on a second. What am I? You declare Q bind to exchange name car. That's what that is bound to. But I don't have any consumers. And it's running. Yep. Basic. Oh, okay, so I'm going to get one at a time. Right. Exchange, declare, type fan out. That looks good. Q bind. I want to set a breakpoint that after my after 10 seconds I should be getting into here. Unless I tell you what, you know what? Hold on a second. Now let me run that here. Okay. Received async. I'm going to actually comment that out. I don't know why I'm not getting into my. I'm going to stop and rerun that. Something's not right here. I'm going to just to make it easier on myself. I'm going to take out the. I got to be using the wrong queue name at some point. Localhost guest. Exchange name is car. That's correct. Queue declare. Right. Well, queue bind. And we're consuming. what's going on here? Oh, wait a second. Do I have durable? Let me make sure that this is. Scaling. Oh. Oh, it's closed. Okay, you see that? I think I must have did this. Yeah, I'm getting, is this closed as true? Ah, my QoS setting is not correct. The prefetch size isn't right. What are you supposed to set for that? Let me, I gotta look this up. RabbitMQ .NET clients basic QoS. I have to look up what set prefetch. Oh, so that needs to be 0. Basic QoS prefetch size. Size of the prefetch in bytes. Why would that be 0? Let me look at consumer prefetch basic QoS per consumer. Okay. Is there an overload that literally just takes like the single prefetch size? Let me look at that. There's not. Okay, interesting. Yeah, you have to put, okay. All right, let me rerun this and we should be good. Because I'm like, wait. I was like, wait, we're not even seeing any consumers registered. That's why, because my channel is closing because that my prefetch was defined wrong. All right. Well, that's good to know. There's so many nuances to this client that like have to be right. Otherwise your connection closes. Okay, I was like, what's happening? Now let me refresh this. Okay, now I see a consumer, and now I'm seeing. Oh wow! Now engine data. Interesting. How many messages did I pull back? Prefetch count. I want to just pull back a single message. Let me, after a delay of 10 seconds, let me test. Okay. I wonder if channel basic prefetch. Yeah, it's still not. I still have to adjust my prefetch because for the sake of the example, I just want to fetch one at a time. RabbitMQ prefetch count 1. Because the default is unlimited. And I want it to just pull back 1. Do we limit RabbitMQ client to prefetch count of 1 in .NET. Unacknowledged message. Basic QoS, other than unacknowledged messages on channel. Well, that would be unacknowledged messages, though. Oh, but I have auto acknowledgement on, which might cause some problems. I tell you what, I might have to turn this to false for auto acknowledgement. Then after, how should we do this? After the delay or before? Acknowledge. I believe it's on the channel. Basic ACK. And then I need to provide the delivery tag, which I believe. Okay, I'm going to await that. All right, and I have my channel set to basic QoS of 1. All right, I want to populate my queue again with some data, some persistent data, and I'm going to send some messages here. The classic test payload. I don't want to have my consumer running. Yeah, look at all this. See, it got all those messages. Okay. I am going to publish a bunch of messages so I can get my queue populated again. All right, it doesn't really matter how many messages I have, just that I have some. Okay, 23 messages. I want to set a breakpoint right there. And I want to see where my message count goes. I want to see if it's respecting that QoS count, because it should be. Okay, look at this. Here we go. So 22 ready. 1 unacknowledged, total 23. That's what I was expecting. Okay. And then once I acknowledge it, that should remove it from the unacknowledged there, or acknowledge it. Oh, okay. I see. And then it got the next one. Oh, because I had auto acknowledgement on. It was just okay. I got you. All right, because it's on the. That's fascinating because despite so I'm waiting here, but it'll continue, and now it's gonna just go because I don't have my breakpoint set. Yeah, so 10 seconds. Okay, so here's what we want. This is what I want to get after. Every 10 seconds, it's going to consume one, acknowledge it, and consume another. Okay, so that's actually good to know. If you only want to, well, best practice is to really have auto acknowledgement set to off or false, and then perform your basic acknowledgement or some, whether you're going to acknowledge it or not acknowledge it, knack it. You should do that manually. Okay, so I think we have what we need. I don't want to... Well, I guess it doesn't matter if I consume all of them. So, okay. So I have that. Should I have the delay? I guess it doesn't matter where I put the delay. Oh, I do need this uncommented. Okay, and I definitely don't need to set it to anything. All right, let me go and stop and rerun this. Okay, and I am going to hopefully still have data in my queue, which I do. These spikes are funny. Like, that would be a pretty wild graph if like this was like a production setting, because that would be like, what's happening? It's eerily consistent. Okay, cool. Yeah, it looks like I'm making calls like I should be. I'm gonna set a breakpoint there and just hit that, and then let's step into that method, and let's go here, and let's see my message count. Perfect. Okay, yeah, awesome. All right, so I am where I should be, so I'm going to remove my breakpoint there, and I'm going to set, I guess, a breakpoint on the message count, because this is where we want to be. So once it hits, I'll stop it. I just want to make sure that we're in the place that we can continue our building here. So in a second, it should hit this, I'm assuming. Somewhere. Is it? What's it doing? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I removed the breakpoint too late. Okay. Well, give it a second. I just want to get back here on its own. Okay. Perfect. Message count is 10. I'm gonna stop it. Okay, we're good. We got to where we need to be. So now that we have this background thread running, right, making this HTTP call to our RabbitMQ server, getting the message count, you can see that we're just checking if it's greater than 1. For the sake of the video, we're keeping things real simple so I can, piece together in my head. Could you imagine trying to do this in the context of like millions? I would have to make be a lot more just thinking on my part. So, okay. So here's where I want to get into how we want to go about doing this. And what I'm thinking is I'm going to actually create another background consumer. And we're going to call this what should we call this? Like, what's the name of the queue? Engine data back. Well, okay. I'm going to call this engine data backup. I'm going to call it engine data backup consumer. All right, so that's just a class, and I'm literally just going to probably consume. Actually, I'm probably just going to copy and paste my dynamic scaler because it's consuming from the same queue, and then just modify the code. That'll probably be the best way to do this. Oh, I don't have my keyboard camera on today. I didn't have the camera set up. Let me know if y'all like that, or I had another camera, so I was like, well, maybe I should do something with it, but I don't know. All right, so I have my engine data consumer, backup consumer running or defined. It's going to connect to that queue. It's going to do literally all the same stuff. I probably don't want to have a running background task right now, so I'm going to delete that because I don't probably need that right now. I just need to consume from that queue. And I am going to still delay because I want to just not like I don't want to consume all the data from my queue immediately. So I'm going to acknowledge it, and what I need to do though, because you're like, okay, well, if we register this is going to immediately register as a consumer. This is true. So what I first need to do is, it's okay if it's, we need to, sorry, I'm like jumping around all over the place. I want to wrap starting from right here in an if. So this is going to be our work here. So to do wrap logic in a condition, right? So I want to basically check the payload on a received RabbitMQ message, and to do if the payload, if scale up is set to true, that's just going to be like our arbitrary property that I'm going to put in the RabbitMQ payload. But if scale up is set to true, then go into this logic. Okay, then go into this logic. Does that make sense? So I'm basically, what's going to happen is, right, if, you know, we're going to have, I just want to stub out my logic here. So I'm going to take all of this and I'm going to wrap this inside of an if. But I do need it to be in still a loop because I don't want it to be, I don't want to stop, right? I need it to always be checking. So what I'm going to have to do is probably wrap this in a while here so it continually checks, but then I'm just going to add a basic delay to this. Okay. And at the end, I need to add a delay. Okay. Wait. Task.delay. And I'll just wait like a second. Okay. Oh, am I in the wrong spot? Yeah, I am. I'm way in the wrong spot. Am I? Hold on a second. While that should be good. I think what's going on here? Return. Okay. I'm just going to put my return at the end of there. What does this tell me to do? Hold on a second. Why is it telling me? Oh, because, yeah. Huh. All right. If, okay, else, all right. And then I need to get a I need to define that class to deserialize to. I guess I'll just define it at the end. So I'm going to define this as public class dynamic scale event, I guess, with a property of bool and what I say scale up. Okay. I am going to now scale. All right. Just for the sake of this, if scale up. Okay. Otherwise, is it gonna let me? Is it gonna give me? Yeah, it is gonna give me issues doing that. Okay, let's see how that. I don't know why it's. Return. Oh, because I guess it would be awaiting that. Yeah. Really? Let me just put that above here. Why can I not? Yeah, it's gonna conflict with my. All right, well, I'll leave it as that for now, even though I don't like it like that. But all right, well, okay. So what we need to do now inside of my loop, here is essentially now this is running. I want to receive from my wait a second. Let me think. I want to receive a message. To be honest with you, I may use the HTTP client to do this because I don't want to create another channel since I've created one on here. What I may do, and this might be a questionable move, but I'm gonna do it. So what I'm gonna do, since I have my access to my scope factory, I am going to let me go back to here. I'm going to make a call to my RabbitMQ service again. And then I'm going to go back to my RabbitMQ service. I want to close some of these here. I don't need that open. Okay. I want to make a call to my RabbitMQ service. And I am going to make a new method. I'm going to use the HTTP client to attempt to get that message off the queue so I don't have to make a new channel. I think that'll work for us. Async task, get message from scale event queue. Okay. I'm just going to call it that. I need to define it in my interface. All right. All right, so now what's going to happen is basically this code here, except now I'm going to have to look up what my I want to get a single message from the queue. And yeah, it's a okay, it's a post. All right. I don't know if it's going to make me post as JSON or probably post async. Oh, I gave it that base address. That has to change. All right. I'm not going to use any name client. I'm just going to use the raw client. All right, so I need to post async, but what's going to happen is I need to encode what the payload body is going to be like. I don't know if I have to use the user agent headers again. I probably do. So, okay, let me go ahead and. I really just want to use this, but I don't want to mess up like what I've already written. All right, it's whatever. It's fine. I'm just gonna add this stuff. Doesn't really matter. Even though, like, I could just. Well, yeah. Again, doesn't really matter. I'll just put it in here. I'll change it later. Okay. All right, so that's at least giving me the headers I need. Again, what is the request body supposed to look like? I'm looking up the docs. And then help with ChatGPT, I guess gives me this here. I wonder if that needs to be encoded, because I think it does maybe have to be encoded. What did I say this queue? I'm gonna call the queue scale event, which I haven't made yet, but I need to make scale event count. Auto or queue false encoding auto. Okay, so string content. Payload. Okay. I want to pass my payload in with my I need my URI. You know, coding live is quite a challenge. So, okay. All right, so what does this have to become? I think I might want to use the encoding. Well, I'm coding it now, so it should be fine, I think. We'll see. The route is different, though. So, what in the world is the route? I think it's just that. Get. Is that true? I'll find out. All right, so I don't want to do messages now. I think that's it. And I do need to deserialize that. All right. Scale. Salt. Oop, we got it there. Read as JSON async. Okay. What did I call that? What was my what was that scaling dynamic scale event? That's what I want to deserialize it to. Okay, I'm going to that's oh, what the not. All right, so I need to now, I'm going to start a breakpoint here because I've done quite a bit now. I do want to return that, so I'm going to return the dynamic scale event type from my method. I do need to update the method signature here. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and return scale. Okay. And if it fails, I'm just going to return it and it'll be false. All right. Okay, so now I can call this for my backup consumer. Var scale is equal to RabbitMQ service. Get message from scale event Q. All right. Do you need to await that? Oh, huh. Scale message. And I do need to make this asynchronous, which that is going to conflict with that. Okay. I can get rid of that now. Scale message, not scale up. Okay. All right. Okay, so now what I have to go back and do is in my dynamic scaler, I need to implement my, or no, was it my service that I had it in there? Yes. Okay. Now I need to publish a message to, or send a message to my RabbitMQ queue. So you know, maybe I'm like going back and forth in my head of maybe I just want to pass the channel into my service. Maybe that's the better route here, because I already have access to my RabbitMQ server via my channel. So maybe, I tell you what, maybe I'm going to do this. I'm going to make send auto scale notification take my channel, what is the channel type again? Channel is the type iChannel. Okay. Get message from scale event, which I could probably change what I just did there, but I just want to see if this works. So if I have a channel, I just have to make sure that I'm not sharing the channel across multiple threads, because it is single threaded by nature. So I'm going to, let's see if I can do that. So basic publish async, and the only thing is now I need to declare everything. So q declare async. Oh my. Okay. Let me go up to here. I need to do this stuff here on the channel. Channel q declare q bind the channel. The queue is going to be called scale event. Okay. Scale event. The exchange is, I'm just going to call the exchange. Why does it do that? Scale event as well, just to keep it straightforward. Routing key, none. Just going to be, I don't have a token. I'm not going to pass any arguments, so I'm just going to have that be default. I'm not going to pass a cancellation token either, even though I should, but I don't have it in my method yet. All right, and I do need to declare my exchange as well. So if I go to my scaler, so I've declared it, bound it. Now I just have to declare my exchange before here. Okay. On my channel, my exchange name was going to be scale event. That's fine. I'll just keep it like that for now. We should make that direct. Okay. I'm going to give it a routing key because it's going to be bound to one thing. Well, hold on. I'm just going to leave it as fan out for now. Auto delete false, durable true. Okay, so now I got that. We got that all established. Let me go back to my scaler, and I want to look at, I'm just going to, where's my basic publish. RabbitMQ service. Publish message to queue. That's what I want. I want this stuff right here. Oh, and the important thing is I do not want to close the channel in this either, which would be bad because that would close it outside the scope of the method too. So, all right. Let me go back to where I was, and I need to create that dynamic scale event. And we'll just call it message equal new dynamic scale event. And I need to get scale up is set to true. Okay. Now I'm going to encode this. Oh, I tell you. Oh, wait, what am I? I have to get bytes. Okay. You know, it might be more work than. What if I literally just do, if I just send the scale up? Yeah, because I need to pass in a string, right? Like I'm going to change this. I'm going to just pass in a string, and I'm going to avoid deserialize it first. And I just want to see, okay, whatever, that's fine. Scale to string, okay. All right, take that out. I don't have, okay, body, exchange name. I need to change that stuff. Make sure I'm publishing it to the right spot. Exchange. Okay, routing, no routing key, basic persistent, yes. All right, we have done quite a bit. I do need to update my signature. And let me go back into my dynamic scaler. And I think I have to send my channel into my method here. It's probably going to tell me it could be null, possibly, yeah. All right, I think we should be in good shape. The question is, where do I want to set a breakpoint? So hopefully all that made sense. We're already almost an hour into this, so there might be a part 3. I'm going to go ahead and try to run this, and let's see what breaks. Let's see where we're at. All right. Where do I want to set a... I want to set a breakpoint there for sure. I do definitely want to set a breakpoint here. Yeah. And I do need to register this background service. That's the last thing I think I need to do before we can begin here. So I'm going to go ahead and add a hosted service. Services.add hosted service. Background service. Okay. All right. Let's go and debug this. See what happens. I want to be mindful of what any errors that occur. Okay. Get message from scale event. This is where I want to see if I got my payload correct. I should see a scale event queue. Post async. Bad request. Okay. API queues, engine data, get, post, async with my payload, string content. I tell you what, I don't like doing it like this. Like now let's talk about like this is just a waste of time doing it like this because wait a second. Oh, yeah, because I'm like, wait, why is it a post but I'm like getting the data? I'm going to take all this out and I'm going to just get message from I think I'm just going to pass my channel in again. And get a message or publish a message to there. Get message from, or yeah, it would be a consume, and I've already specified. Okay. I was trying to limit it to, because I would be getting, well, I guess it wouldn't matter because I would be sending one message anyway. Okay. I need to do all that stuff again, and I need, instead of basic publish, I need a basic consumer async again, which I need to tie an event to that, which I'm going to go back to my I need to set up this stuff here. Okay, let's go back here, copy my event handler in. Okay, the queue name is not that. It's scale event. All right. Receive async. Acknowledge it. I don't think I want to delay, so I do need to. Oh, yeah. Okay. I do need to set scale, so. Okay. Scale dot scale up is equal to the message, but I need to say string dot equals message and true if, all right. Then I want to set that to true and then return that. Okay. You know, yeah, all right, we'll do it. We'll do that. That's fine. I do have to go back to the top here, and I have to change that to accept a channel. Okay. Now I want to pass in my channel. I don't know why it auto-completes for channel queue name. Okay. Oh boy. All right. Let's go ahead and fire this off again. Let's see if passing in my channel lets me do that. Okay. Oh boy. Let's step into this and see what in the world. Oh, okay. So my channel is null. What's the channel? Oh, because I don't have it. How is channel null there? Yeah, it's gonna break. Huh. Well, that's not gonna work, is it? My might have to do those HTTP client calls. There might be a part 3 to this because we've already been here an hour. So I might need to change these off of passing in a channel. Get message. Well, I tell you what, I don't even have to. Well, now I'm thinking about it, why don't we just, if channel, I already have access to my channel here. I want to go back. I want to go to my RabbitMQ service. And literally take everything that we got from here. Oh, that was the get message. Whoops. Let's bind to that. See, this is kind of why I wanted to use the HTTP client to do this. I don't know if this is going to conflict with if scale up. Okay, I need to set a breakpoint right here, and I'm going to I'm going to debug this again here. Okay. Scale is. Whoops. Hold on. How was that? Yeah, how was that null? Now I'm really confused. Oh boy. Yeah, we got some I need to go back to my HTTP. Yeah, this is nuts. I need to go back to what I had. I knew it was going to be problematic trying to do that with oh, wait. Where did my RabbitMQ service. All right. I knew this was gonna be problematic once I start trying to throw channels around there. I need to do this. I'm actually gonna undo a ton of stuff here to get back to what I had with my HTTP client, because that's what's gonna get me, I think, when I need to be. Wow, this is literally just like undoing like. I don't think I'm gonna. Yeah. Get message from. All right. Okay. Alrighty. I think I'm back to where I started. Hopefully. Get these channels out here. That's just nuts. RabbitMQ service. Okay. All right. And now I just have to figure out how to retrieve that from with the HTTP client, which I kind of want to do now. We're already. Let's see. I gotta look this up because I don't actually know the syntax of this. Oh. Yeah, my request body's wrong. Looks like there's count. There's a count. There is a requeue. Which probably want that to be false. Encoding and truncate. Okay. Default exchange. Okay. Request body. Read from JSON. Oh, wait, no. Back mode. Looks like it changed to the ACK mode. And they changed it to be ACK requeue. I don't want it to requeue. Okay. That should be what it is. Did I spell that did I spell Q right? Yeah. All right. Let me give this a shot. There's so many nuanced things to like all this stuff, man. Like, all right. What happened? Hold on. Oh, I gotta get rid of. Yeah, get rid of that stuff. That stuff's okay. Scale. All right, all right, and then get rid of channel. Okay. All right. We should be. Let's do it again. I was like, because I was trying to do my channel again before I built it. The problem was that I was trying to access my channel before I actually opened it, which is not gonna work. So, oh wait a second, scale event. Did that bad request? You see that? But why is it a bad request? Method post. I tell you what, I might need to open up Postman for this one and mess and see what we can do, because get key details. I need to add a new request, and we're going to call this get message from Q, and it is a post request, and that is my URL. The body is this. Which, you know, wrap all that stuff in. Out. Truncate. I wonder if is there like an equivalent like paste as JSON and Postman? That would be very helpful. But they do have the handy beautify thing. Okay, so I need to add auth as well. Guest and guest, params, no body. Let's send that. Oh, there we go. Bad requests, missing ACK mode. What? Is it not called? Did they change it again? Oh, look at that. We got it. Okay, so I had the payload. I had that named wrong. Let's try it again. All right. let's do this again. Man, it's always something. All right. I am really hoping for a 200. But we got a 400. Bad request. Can I see what my... Can I see authorization, basic, request URI. Whoops, get my mic. Localhost, user agents, content type, content length. Everything looks good. I wonder if my yeah, there's a message payload. What's going on here? Count, ACK mode. Maybe. I tell you what. I am going to paste my raw JSON in there with all the escape characters. And I want to rule out the fact that my payload is not being sent bad. Yeah, now it's really going to be converted. Yeah. Dynamic scale limit. Wait a second. Okay. Here we go. I have to make another model for the response of this. Let's go ahead and add a class. We're going to call this RabbitMQ get message response. Absolutely crazy type, but let's go ahead and paste special JSON as classes, and my root object becomes my class name, and let's delete that. Okay, cool. So that should be what we need to deserialize to. So let me copy that and go back, change my serials, change my type. Oh boy, now I'm gonna be in trouble because I gotta change it everywhere. Woo! All right, and am I using that dynamic scale example? Yeah, as I have. Oh boy.